Never mind.
What is up, everyone? Episode 28, Meet the Press. Jared, jet lagged McDonald, is here with us today. Literally just got back from Hawaii. Jared, how's it going?
Aloha, Tyler. It's
I wish you
it's
would have
going
done that from there. Like that, I think that would have been better, but you're here, but
well.
that's okay.
We wouldn't have been able to do the live part of it, so
That's true. It would have been like what,
because
3 o'clock there? 4 o'clock there?
yeah, but I mean, we always do it at 8 o'clock on Sunday night, so it would have been 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And by that point, I was around Nashville. It was it was a long trip
So
for like a 3-day trip to Hawaii. Yeah, it was
so when
tiring.
did you leave? So take
Uh,
me through the itinerary.
Left early Thursday morning, like a little bit before around 7ish in the morning.
Right,
Um,
because we snapped because yours was super early and mine was super early because I was at basketball workouts.
right,
And it
right.
was like I'm like, who would respond to a snap or who would send a snap this early? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, and the night before that, the Western Kentucky volleyball team had a top 25 matchup against Louisville. And so that was a big night. So I was there, and then I had to finish up a football game preview because I was going to be traveling the whole day Thursday to make deadline. So I was up most of the night, didn't get much sleep ahead of that, and then flew to Hawaii. We landed there 2 or 3 Hawaiian time, which was like, 7 or 8. Um, Went up to my hotel room, took a shower, walked the beach a little bit because we were right down there in downtown Waikiki, and went to the luau, had some food, had some ribs, had some
Okay,
ribs.
nice. How was
But
it?
I feel like the food is a whole nother section of this podcast that we're gonna need to discuss.
Yeah,
But
because I saw a
anyway,
lot of the you sent me snaps obviously from all the places that you went, and yeah, some of it looked pretty good.
it was pretty good. But yeah, went to
Yeah.
the luau, had some food, watched some hula dancing, watched one of the fire dancers, that was dope. That was really cool.
I've only ever
But
seen it in like movies. I've never seen an
yeah,
actual fire dancer.
yeah, I kind of had Friday free. I had to do some work, um, so I guess it wasn't free at all. But you know,
Welcome to
because of that,
journalism.
because of the CFP stuff, I had to put together a story with some kind of Western reaction.
Oh
Because
yeah,
Western's
that's
president
right.
Timothy
Yeah.
Boney's on the board there representing CUSA. Went to Pearl Harbor, saw that. Um,
Nice.
yeah,
I don't
hung
know if
out a little
nice is
bit.
the right response.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, Tyler. And then Saturday,
Respectful.
yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday had the game obviously, then flew back
Right.
right after the game.
And the
So
game was at like
oh, yeah, it started at 6 o'clock in Hawaii, which is 11 o'clock Central,
which is 11
mid
o'clock central.
midnight Eastern. Um, so they played the very first college football game of the season last week, and then in the very next week they play the last game of the day.
Man.
But I mean, Florida State and LSU are playing as we record this, so it's not the last game of the week, I would say.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Are you watching it there?
It's on, but
What's
not
the score? What's the score? I
actively.
forgot it was on.
It's 7-3 with 1 minute left in the second quarter. Was that
Am I
right?
supposed to? Am I supposed to guess?
They
LSU's
went away.
up.
They went away from the bug. I haven't really been watching it, so 7-3, Florida State is up.
Florida State is up. Okay.
Yeah, but
Um.
yeah, no, it was a very cool trip to experience. I wouldn't say necessarily that it was a fun trip. It was definitely a work trip.
Right.
It was in and out, get what you need to get done there, and go. It's kind of like any other trip. It was just to Hawaii.
Which
It
is
was cool to say that I've been there. Now I can say that I've
right.
covered games from Maine to Hawaii. So
That's pretty cool. That how many? I mean, did you like look up the mileage from that? Like
I
from
have no idea.
like your hometown of what's your hometown? What's your hometown called? Like
Dexter,
named Dexter.
Dexter. But
That's
I've,
right.
I've covered games further away
Oh,
than Dexter. So
okay. So best place that you ate at
oh shoot,
while you were there?
I I don't think there's a best place that I can name. But I do feel
If
like
you're returning, where's the place that you would go first?
I'll go through the meals. Okay, because
Okay,
that
okay.
might be easier. Okay, since
That'll
this
be better.
is
Okay.
the Meet the Press podcast,
Right,
we
right.
talk food and we talk sports, and you can find it anywhere that you can find a podcast, like Apple and Spotify.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, travel day. There was food, 2 meals on the plane, meal before you got on the plane if you wanted, snacks before you got on the plane, meal when you got off the plane if you wanted, and then the luau. So the luau was pretty good. Um,
Okay.
I had some like ribs. The flavor wise, very good. Um, like quality wise, maybe not as good, but also you have to factor in it's like catering, so you have to cook for an entire team,
X amount of
entire
people,
support
right.
staff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for that it was really good,
Right.
considering all that. Yeah, some beef, some sides. Um, macaroni salad is big there. I had a ton of macaroni salad.
I was gonna
Macaroni
say
salad and white rice. It's
I
like
was gonna
every
say
meal.
I could see white rice being a thing, but I was wondering like what like a staple side is, and I
Yeah,
didn't know one. But
macaroni salad there. Yeah. So I
Interesting.
did that.
Okay.
The next morning, I was with. I got a text. I didn't sleep in at all. My schedule is all messed up. It was like 6:30. I woke up at 6. I was just sitting in bed trying to go back to sleep, and the SID texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go grab breakfast if you want to join." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm up. Why not?" Then he sent me another text. He's like, "I was looking up places, and saw this one was on Triple D, and we were talking about Triple D,
Oh,
diners, drive-ins, and dives." And I was like, "Yep,
yeah,
I am
nice.
definitely down then."
Yeah, down.
I love Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's called Rainbow Drive-In, um,
Okay.
and I went had a mixed plate. It was like chicken, mahi, and some like barbecue uh, pork, a slice of
Huh?
that. White rice. White rice. I had so much white rice, man. I don't want to see white rice in a while. And macaroni salad.
Okay.
That was very good. It was like $12 for a massive plate.
Did you have spam?
No, I wanted to try the
Okay.
what is it? Spam musubi? Is that what they call it? Um,
I don't know.
the spam with the white rice wrapped in the
Oh, in
seaweed.
seaweed?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the staple. I couldn't find that on a menu like anywhere. Like I was
Mm,
googling stuff close by, but Waikiki is it's kind of like it's like a touristy beach town, I would say.
right, right. I
Like
get
it's
that.
just got all that same stuff. Everything is super expensive. So,
Right.
uh, and then I was also told to go to a um, bakery. It was called Leonard's Bakery. So I walked there, and they have these donuts, these malasadas. And
Uh-huh.
it's like a donut, and they had some that were like cream filled. And I just went and I was like, you know what? I was told to come here. Give me 2 things, whatever you recommend. That's fine. And so I got one that was like custard filled, one that was like coconut cream filled.
Uh-huh.
The dough was like crisp on the outside, but super light and fluffy and
Ooh.
creamy. It was just,
Was it was it like comparable to like a Boston cream? Like or
it
did
was,
the
it was like a Boston cream if you cared about it being higher quality.
Oh, okay.
So does that make sense?
It was
I feel like Boston
it
cream, you kind of
was
get that attitude where it's like heavy and
it was like a Harvard cream.
yeah,
Like a
but it was
Cambridge
like it's
cream,
like
like a Cambridge
it was like
cream or something.
it was like if you were eating some like Boston, I think like thick, kind of like mean, and Hawaii, I think like
Yeah,
light,
that's fair.
refreshing, and that's kind of the difference I got there. I had some poke, had some sushi. Uh,
I saw your
Poke was really
poking.
good.
Yeah.
Um, I was just
That sounds
walking around.
weird.
I was just walking around one day, one morning. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get something little for breakfast. Then I just saw this place, and it said "Me Barbecue," and then there was a bunch of letters I couldn't
Me?
read. Me.
Like
It was,
M-E.
it was, I think it was like a Korean barbecue spot. but
Okay.
it was
Okay.
like
Yeah.
barbecue beef, and I just walked in, got some barbecue beef with some white rice, so much white
Right. Sure.
rice,
Yeah.
broccoli and more macaroni salad. It was so good though.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then
So
at the game, we hadn't even got to the game yet.
you had food at the
They had
game
another
too? Oh,
yeah,
I
they
guess you
had
had to have
like
dinner. Yeah.
yeah, the media meal, another
Uh
mixed
huh.
plate. So it was like chicken, beef, white rice. It was really good.
Just spoiled.
Well, I mean, how often am I gonna be there? I also
I
got
don't
some
know.
some snacks. Uh, I just saw this at the cash register when I was picking up this hat. It's called High Chew. It's like a chewy candy. It's
Uh,
weird chewy consistency, but it's
I
like
feel like
really good.
that's here.
Really? I've never seen them.
I think so. I
It's
don't feel
got
like
the
that's
ocean
a.
on it, Tyler.
Well, I mean, you're
You
from
can't get
Maine, bro. There's an ocean like by your house.
All right. So I was listening on the way out. I was listening to Underdog podcast, Underdog Dynasty. My
Okay,
guy Eric
maybe.
Henry and Joe Lundergan
Right.
do
Yeah.
it, and they were just going over the CUSA games of the week since it's the CUSA podcast, and they were talking about this one, and one of them made a joke about going out there, and then they
Yeah,
started
bro. This
talking about,
stuff is at Walmart, man, and Target.
oh, well, it's don't ruin it. Anyway, I was uh I was listening to that podcast, and one of them made a joke about like if I go out there, I'll get you some Ono giant shrimp chips, and I was like, what is that? And the other one was like, I might just buy myself a pack to try it. And so I saw them in the store. I
Uh-huh.
bought a bag to bring back to one of the guys because he covers FIU and he's going to be in Bowling Green in a few weeks. I was like, I'll leave it at your desk. Your spot in the press box. Then I bought a bag for myself, and it's they are shrimp chips,
Have you
original, made with real shrimp.
have you had them yet?
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird
Oh, I
rice
thought you were gonna
cakey
like try
almost.
it on the pod.
Oh no, I can eat one here if you want. It does kind of taste like shrimp. It's really weird.
I mean, yeah, bro. Eat that. Eat that shit. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was just I don't know if
Was it like
if it,
a pork rind?
it it's like
Is it like
the
a
cheese doodle consistency, cheese puff consistency.
yeah.
It's like light and airy. It's like that,
Yeah,
except
like
it
a
doesn't
thick
have any
puff,
like
like a thick puff, not the crunchy puffs.
yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
airy ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that with nothing on like no like cheese or anything on top of it. No dust. And it just
Just. Oh, that looks unappetizing.
it's so weird.
It does. It looks
I don't know if
like
it's really good or really bad.
I don't like it.
Oh gosh, I wish we were doing this in person so you could try it. But no, it
I
was
think
a good trip. Western came away with a win. Really ugly first quarter, man. My highlights of it were a combined 10 penalties for 77 yards. The first 15 minutes took 50 minutes. Um, and the only points came when one team got the ball back. Hawaii got the ball back after a muffed punt and had a negative 20-yard scoring drive that ended in a field goal. But then it ended up
well,
being a 49-17 game. So
well, I mean, at least you got something to write about. So how many are in that bag? Is it like there's like 6 of those things in there, or is it like just like a bag of chips? Bro,
it's
it looks like there are like Caspers in that bag. If I'm being real with you. I do
there's
not
maybe
know.
like 15 or 20.
Okay.
It's just it's like a almost like a rice cake, but not right. I don't know.
Okay.
It's so weird. It contains shrimp. It says on the bag. So
You don't have a shrimp allergy or anything, right? Oh, that's good.
no. Anyway, how was your weekend?
It was good. I haven't done much. I've gotten super into cards, which is terrifying. That I have another vice to focus on. But
like trading or like
yeah,
sports.
like football, basketball, baseball, cards, that kind of thing. I haven't been drinking as much, which is nice. In the fact that I'm drinking less, which was obviously the alternative to that. But yeah, so I'm just like watching like card breaks and stuff like that.
Do you watch a lot of college football?
Oh man, I watched a butt ton. I took both of my TVs into my living room and I had a game going on my laptop. I had 3 games going yesterday
Do you
at
have
a
the
time.
best game that you watched?
Did I have a what?
A best game that you watched?
Yeah, the South Dakota State Iowa game was interesting. Um just because what?
I said best game. That
I
game
know,
sounded
I know, I
awful.
know, I know, I know, but it was just super interesting because of the way, like, I was talking to my brother on the phone, and he was like, "Oh, what game are you watching?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Iowa and South Dakota State." And he goes, "What score?" I'm like, "Iowa's up 7-3." And he goes, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yes, but it has not been a touchdown and a field goal." And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "It has been field goal, safety, safety." And he goes, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, right, exactly." And then, yeah,
Did
I
you
didn't
see
watch.
the Did you see the headline in the paper? I think it was an Iowa paper or something.
I don't
Uh,
read
it
paper.
was like I-WA victory, but or something like that. VICT dash RY, and then the subhead was um, no O, but special teams defense enough to lift Hawkeyes or something like that. So they just took the O's out of it because there's no offense in the game.
Oh, okay.
It was really creative, and it was way better than what I just described.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up now. I'm gonna have to try to find this. But yeah, no, it was I liked it number one because South Dakota State in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. I like seeing them do um again, maybe well isn't the word, but have a competitive game with Iowa. Um so like that was nice to see. But yeah.
Were you surprised by anything on Saturday or Friday or Thursday? Because there were games all weekend.
Yeah, there were games a lot. Um I don't know if anything like surprised me really, because you're kind of at that point now where you're either a buy game or you're super close. I think the Notre Dame game was a little closer than people thought. Oh no, that's not true. The
Georgia,
the
Oregon.
or yeah, the Oregon one, yeah, the Oregon game was like 49-3. Like holy crap, man, 49-3.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
Georgia.
was it Bo Nix? I think is the Oregon quarterback. He's now like 0-3, 0-4 against Georgia
Yeah,
or
former
something.
Auburn. Yeah, former
Former
Auburn.
Auburn, yeah, former Auburn guy. Yeah,
Like 3 year starter there or something.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
that's tough.
that was a game. I watched most of the UTSA Houston game. Did you see any of
Oh
that
yeah,
on
yeah.
CBS Sportsnet?
I watched a little bit of that one actually. I did.
That was a good game.
The Road
There was a lot.
Runners.
There was a lot that went into that beforehand. Apparently, there was a comment made about crowd noise being piped into the Alamo Dome, which the Alamo Dome is a very cool venue to watch a football game. That's where the CUSA championship game was last year,
Hmm.
and they tailgate like crazy there, man. It's one of the best environments I've seen a tailgate.
Wait, like the Conference USA like basketball championship?
No football.
Oh, football.
UTSA
Oh,
UTSA football. Yeah.
oh. When so you haven't brought it up yet. I was just waiting on you to do it, but I wanted to see the context that it was brought up in. Oh, it was just Thursday. So it had to do with the hotel that you were staying at. And Because I texted you the Western women's soccer, right? When women's soccer?
Yeah, they beat
Yeah,
Kentucky 1-0
yeah,
at home.
beat Kentucky 1-0 on a nice goal. And then you said we need to talk about bidets.
Oh, did I ask you if you had used one?
Um, you did not.
Oh, okay.
And
Because
then
the hotel room, it was a nice room,
you say
and I had never
you say this hotel is
experienced.
fancy, is what you
Yeah,
said.
I had never experienced it, but when I walked in there were buttons everywhere on the toilet.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. It is. Yeah.
So have you?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Oh, it's delightful. It's
It
wonderful.
makes you feel so clean.
Yeah, you like who doesn't want to feel clean?
Exactly. Why is it not more popular?
Um, I thought about this admittedly since whenever you text me about it. And they're like super popular in Asian cultures.
Right. Which makes
Um,
sense because I was in the
they're
middle of
super
Pacific.
yeah, super clean. How do I put this delicately? We often just lead such a trash existence, and that's coming from a trash person that um it's like we don't care, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I think it's cool. Like they have the I don't have it on mine, but like they have the attachment now that like dude has it like hey like the white
Yeah,
person
dude wipes.
dude wipes yeah whatever it is yeah has like the attachment where you can like put a bidet on like just your seat like
I'm pretty
quick
sure my
install.
stepbrother one year for Christmas got his dad, my stepdad, and his mom bidets as a gift.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if they ever got set up or used, but I think there's
Yeah.
an option there. I think they thought about it. When COVID first started and there was a toilet paper shortage,
Oh,
they thought about it then.
okay.
I don't know if it ever happened, but
That's good and not where I thought it was going, but yeah, that's super good. I don't we
it
don't
was
have to
the bidet was going to wash away the COVID. Where are you
I don't
going with
know.
that?
I don't know. um, but yeah, like I think I don't know if it's practical to have them like everywhere.
Mhm.
Like super fancy hotels, that's fine. That's great. I wouldn't use a bidet at the airport. Um, ironically, that's probably the place you need it the most. But yeah, I think it would just be weird. Um, yeah, just because you don't know who's been to an airport, man. What
I
are you
put one of
eating? Are
those
you?
high chews. I put one of the high chews in my mouth. They're
Oh,
so good, so delicious. But
what kind
so
was it? Was it that
it was
good old
banana.
Hawaiian molasses?
It
Was it
was
was it
it
like
was
that?
banana. They're so good, but I feel like a podcast is not a good place to eat them. Anywhere else, it would be fine to eat them.
I don't know if like calling a
Maybe not.
game would be good.
Maybe not a funeral.
Yeah.
Outside of recording a podcast and being at a funeral, though, enjoy them.
I hope you send that to them. I hope you post this and you tag them. That other than a podcast and a funeral, high choose
I feel like
is
we could have
what you
great.
choose.
I feel like we could have great slogans for things.
I know we've talked about this before, but like what non food item or food related item would you want to have like an NL or a name image likeness deal for? Because I know we talked about food and
Well, it would just be a straight up sponsorship deal for us. It wouldn't have to be
yeah, I know, but like put yourself in the other shoes.
bad boy mowers.
I know you like bad boy mowers.
I don't even have a lawn.
I know. I'm
I don't know.
completely
It's just
aware of this. You don't have a lawn. You live on the second floor.
yeah.
Yeah.
But bad boy mowers you could use anywhere. Maybe not a podcast or a funeral, but
Or the second floor. I said cookout for my food deal.
oh yeah, we talked about this with Ed back on like episode 12 or something, which you
I
can
think
find on Apple and Spotify because that's how we talked about Snickers milkshakes.
and about how he
He had a lot of
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he ate a
yeah,
lot of
understandably
them.
so.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
they're
but I think
good.
I would be pretty open to anybody that wanted to sponsor me. Not anybody, but like I'd be very receptive.
What? Okay.
not not
What
anybody.
wouldn't you let sponsor? What wouldn't you sponsor?
Well, I wouldn't want anything that would like be detrimental to my future or like make me look like bad.
Yeah.
But like these shrimp chips, as far as I know, they've got no negative history to them. If they did, I
That's a
would
good
I would
point.
look it up.
That's
Yeah,
a good point. Yeah.
like if their spokesperson is not a good person or like the president is a bad person, I don't want to be like
Like
associated with that.
what if they like inhumanely, and I'm just speculating here. I'm just speculating. What if they inhumanely get their shrimp? Shrimp. Yeah.
Got to be honest, man. I don't know if there's a humane way to kill shrimp because at the end of the day, you're killing them.
I guess that's true. I mean, think about like, do you watch? Like we've talked about cooking shows, but like MasterChef and stuff when they put the lobster in.
Yeah. No, I grew up in Maine, so I'm used to just the lobster.
Oh, that's true. You are. You did grow up in Maine.
Yeah, so
That's never come up on this podcast. Actually, I don't know how I forgot that that you grew up in Maine. We've never discussed it on here.
no, yeah. I mean, they're gonna be killed either way.
Did you did you eat a lot of lobster growing up?
Oh yeah, there was a guy who we kind of knew who like had a lobster boat. I think he fixed lobster boats or sold lobster boats. His name was Rich.
Was that
Like,
oh, that's cool though. You had like your
yeah, I mean,
hookup.
you could just go to the store and they had like lobster tanks in them. Like we had convenience stores with them, grocery stores. You could get them in the deli.
We used to have that at like Red Lobster. Maybe they still do at Red Lobster, but there was like another place that I would go and they had like the lobster tanks.
Um, but no, like there's a rest area on the highway as you're leaving Maine. It's in southern Maine as you're leaving Maine and as you're coming into
You say Southern Maine like the whole Maine isn't like 20 minutes long, but continue.
Maine.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's that big, but
Yeah, it is.
I know it is, but like I
It'll take
picture
you
it
like
up
7
there.
or 8 hours to go top to bottom.
Well, that's about Illinois, so
Yeah,
okay, that's not
I
bad.
mean they're
Okay,
about the same length. But anyway, as you're
tell me about
leaving,
this rest stop lobster place.
it's not a place. It's just I remember one time noticing as you were leaving Maine, there was at the rest stop you could get live lobster, like if you were getting lobster and leaving the state. But on the way into the state, at that rest area, which is just on the other side of the highway, they
Right.
didn't have that option because you were going to have that option in the state to get lobster.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that like whenever you get to Florida and like every place sells oranges?
Probably.
Oh, have you not seen that?
Uh, Not really.
Or like
I've never really like driven into Florida. I just
Oh,
fly to
okay.
South Florida. I go to Miami and like Boca and stuff. I go to South Florida.
Oh, we would like drive whenever I was little with like my parents and stuff to like Disney World, and like there would be like orange stands all up and down the side of the road and stuff.
You know where my next trip is to?
Have we
It's
talked
not
about it?
Hawaii. No, it's Indiana.
Oh, you're going to Bloomington.
Yep. Yep.
That'll be fun.
Big Ten game. So yeah, it should be neat.
There's got to be some good food places in Bloomington. Some nice
I already had
spots.
someone. Yeah, there was a guy that worked at Western. He was their football SID. Got to be friends with him, and he has already sent me recommendations. So I think we're gonna meet up, have some Q, not this next weekend, but the weekend after.
Yeah, we have our first home game this week against
SEMO?
SEMO.
Yeah, I remember that because I thought about maybe going, but
The War of the Wheel. War for the Wheel. I always forget what it's called.
you ever just in a building and it starts making
Man,
noises? Did we talk about this last week, or was
I
that
think
something else I was talking about that way?
I think we talked about it. We talked about ghosts and stuff. My
Yeah, it feels.
cabin, my family's cabin has a ghost.
I think we did talk about that.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been a long week. Do you have a prize pig award winner
Oh man, that is a
of the
thing.
week? Do you need me to go first?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Oh, you're really just trying to keep the tradition going, aren't you?
No, man, I kind of forgot.
I'll go. I'll go. I'll make mine long. You don't
That's a
have to
good
listen
idea.
to it. Somebody else will listen to it if they
Okay.
download the podcast on Apple or Spotify or
Your mom will listen to it. That'll be about it.
yeah. But
My
anyway,
mom
mine
does.
is gonna.
My mom didn't even listen. But go ahead.
Wow. All right, Mom. Uh, my prize pig award winner of the week that I am recognizing is Florida International head coach Mike McIntyre. First year head coach at FIU, taking over for Butch Davis. Program won one game in the last 2 years, one game since upsetting Miami towards the end of the 2019 season. Things were just going downhill there, not looking good. They got a new AD, new football coach, like I said, trying to change the culture a little bit. They were in a dogfight game on Thursday in their opener against Bryant, an FCS program. But that was kind of a trap game from the start because FIU, they had their fair share of issues, transfers, whatnot in the offseason, trying to get the program back going. FCS schools, with the new transfer rules, with the additional eligibility with the COVID year, a lot of them have very experienced rosters, and they're a lot better than I believe they've been in the past, in my opinion. It was a dogfight. Game went into overtime. Bryant scored first, and then FIU got it, had the touchdown, and McIntyre, and the Panthers elected to go for two. They hadn't stopped them in consecutive drives, and in overtime before that, apparently, and you know, I feel like that's the call that you needed to make in that situation for a program like that going through that.
Right.
I mean, if you don't and you lose the game, it's kind of like, we're the same old FIU. But being bold, going for that, I think that could, I think this could be a play that if this program does get to where it wants to go, you could look back and say, that changed the trajectory. So, Tyler, I want you to save this audio in case they are good in the future, and if not, we can just scrap it. Anyway,
Well,
Mike McIntyre, Prize Pick Award winner of the week from the Meet the Press podcast.
well, I'm also, because I'm just gonna piggyback off of that idea. I'm also gonna go football coach, and I'm gonna go SIU's football coach, in Nick Hill, who just signed a 5-year extension. Last night did not go that well. I know after the game he said on um, the post game show with Mike Reese that he was embarrassed, which is fine. They didn't play great against Incarnate Word, but they were a ranked team also. Um, but I think that him recognizing the fact that it did not look great, I mean, that's obviously what you want, but I have faith in him. So that's going to be my main one. And I also have a secondary one. And this is literally me just like scrolling through Facebook and scrolling through Twitter on, might have been like Thursday or Friday night. And I'll see like little updates from like across West Kentucky that teams and stuff that I used to cover. And I saw this one from Trigg County where this girl, I think she's a senior now, if I remember correctly. Her name's Olivia Knopfsinger. I covered her for I think 1 or 2 years whenever she was younger. I know I covered her sister also. She scored a goal in a varsity soccer match, and then later that night kicked a PAT in a football game
Oh,
for
that's pretty
Trigg
cool.
County.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was super cool.
I know
And yeah,
in the Daily News this past week, my coworker wrote a story uh, coming out of Russellville because Russellville and Logan County both have girls that are kicking for them, and those two teams
mhm.
played each other on Friday night. I feel like we're seeing that more and more.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Are we doing shout out to Todd and
Mikey,
Mikey? Yeah, shout out to
always,
Todd and Mikey.
always, they're the best to
Um,
work with.
yeah. So yeah, those are my 1A and 1B.
That's good. That's a good one. And two.
Thank you. I'm glad you went first because that kind of helped me out a little bit.
Yeah, you're
But
welcome. I'm just trying to keep with tradition, but I think
well,
it's about time that I get ready for bed. I'm a little jet lagged, and I do have to work tomorrow. Which tomorrow we're recording this on Sunday. It's coming out Monday, Labor Day. See, I'm gonna celebrate it the right way. It's called Labor Day, so I'm gonna work.
I'm gonna
If you're
work
not
all
meant
the
to work
work
on
day.
Labor Day, they would call it No Labor Day. Am I right?
That's true. That's true. Well, Jared, thank you, my friend. I will see you next week.
Mahalo.